My father used to be keeper of the Gay Head Light, and I was born right in the Lighthouse, in the keeper's house, which was adjoining to the Lighthouse. The Gay Head Light has always been a first order light, which means it's a very important light. The light could be seen 19 miles. At one time, they used to have 21 mantles whale oil lamps going around in the light. Then from the whale oil lamps, they advanced to the kerosene vaporizer, which would be something equal to a mantle lamp. I think it was something like 150 pounds weight that you cranked up every 4 hours, and that's what turned the light around. The crank was right outside the lighthouse, big thing, and you had a great big crank. I thought I was a pretty big boy when I could crank that up. It's amazing how well balanced those lights were. The lighthouse and the lens and the thing it turned on weighed roughly 2 tons. To show you how well balanced it was, you could push it around with a finger. 2 tons. Where the oil went around, there was brass wheels, and sometimes a scale would form and just drop down, like something like a very small scale, but that would stop the tower. Of course, after a while, you knew what to expect. You could find it. You'd just go up and wipe it all off, and then the light would start up again. When my father was there, he was keeper, and he had an assistant, and they would alternate their days off and day on. And one man used to have the first shift, like from sunset to midnight. Then the other man, he woke him up at midnight, and then he took over. They were watching the light all night, but then they would work the next day too. They used to go and wipe off the windows and everything on the outside every day, all the way around. You got to stand on the rail and you're way up high, and a lot of work involved. And I remember all the machinery and all the weights and the controls and everything were all brass, and all the brass was polished every day. They used to give a star for the one that had the outstanding light, kept in order and run perfectly. And my father and his assistant always got the star because the light was so well maintained and everything. It was painted almost every 2 years. The grounds was always kept immaculate. So it involved a lot of work. I don't remember anything ever damaged in the lighthouse at all. I remember one night a goose come in and broke a glass and had to go up and replace that. And that's where we had goose dinner for a couple of days. Every light has a characteristic, so the minute you see it, you know which light it has. This one was 3 white flashes and a red. And to complete this cycle, I think, took 18 seconds. So, if you're out at sea, you could time it and you knew exactly what lights you had. Because in those days, you didn't have navigational equipment and radar and everything like you got now. Years ago, you're dependent on lights. God knows I know, because I went to sea almost 40 years myself on merchant ships. And I've seen the time I'd be looking for a lighthouse for a couple hours, coming in from offshore and the fog and the rain and everything.